Hello there. So, first things first, I just wanted to address my voice today. I think the first wave of fresh spring pollen has just been unleashed, and unfortunately, it has reached my area, my house. I've been inside all day, like one is at a time like this. But my eyes and nose are still so itchy. So today I am working in my Canson XL Mixed Media Sketchbook. I'm lining the sketch with my Micron 005 pen. Just wasn't feeling the usual brush pen vibes today, but I wanted to talk about the packaging of these paints. I am not the biggest fan. As you can see, it bled through the seams of the booklet, and there are some nice things like the plastic divider and the little swatching spaces underneath each actual sheet, which helps since the two colors don't look anything alike. As you can see from this purple here, or green, the colors don't match what they look like on the actual sheet, which is okay since it is pigment based after all. It includes a little mixing page palette, something to mix on when you're on the go, though I prefer using a plain plastic palette instead because it's much more convenient for me instead of constantly making sure that the little mixing thing doesn't fold over while you're holding the booklet open and trying to paint. Also, these paints stain so much. I have some on my face and hands, and my hands are still purple, and this is a day later. Several washes. Yeah, this stuff stains like crazy. So be aware of that if you are interested in trying these out. I think these paints are pretty nice. They perform very smoothly, but also very unpredictably. I think it might be due to how they are pigment based, but these paints dry really fast. They get soaked into the paper quickly, like ink does. It may also be because I am using my Canson XL Mixed Media Sketchbook paper and not watercolor paper, but I have used it on watercolor paper before, and I'm pretty sure it still dried as quickly. And these paints, they create a lot of harsh edges if you're not careful because they blend so fast, and it's a bit of a struggle when I'm trying to paint skin, which I usually prefer smooth, but some texture occasionally is very nice, which is why I like using it in my sketchbook, because sketches are more loose, but I think that's something to be aware of. I'm a bit on the fence about how I feel about the way it performs, but I find that I still use them, just not on the go, because its packaging is, I think, the main issue I have with these paints. As you can see, while I am painting her dress, these paints perform a bit like tie-dye. Like, you can get a tie-dye like effect when you are painting large spaces, so it's a bit difficult to get a nice smooth wash, but if you practice hard enough, I think you can do it. But like I said, I don't use these that often because I am just used to the consistent and reliable performance of my watercolor paints. I mainly use Daniel Smith now, but I just don't find myself reaching for it, even though I am out somewhere and I feel like painting. I just won't, even though I have these in my bag and a water brush that I can use. I still don't find myself using it because it's a bit hard to hold the booklet open all the time and flipping through it to get to certain colors, and especially if you are trying to get a smooth wash and you're doing some sort of gradient or mixing, it can be a bit difficult. And layering is not very smooth. It's a bit difficult to blend, but I think it's definitely worth a try. But if you are a beginner, then I suggest you go get a primary set of a higher grade, like upper student grade or artist grade even, because it will make your time painting a lot easier, a lot more enjoyable. But these make a pretty nice gift for a friend. I think they're very fun to use, and it's a nice addition to a collection of supplies that you can come back to every once in a while and have a relatively okay time. Okay, so I just wanted to add in a few comments about how the paints performed on the piece I'm working on specifically, but while I was painting her dress, I noticed there were some little papery bits in there, and I'm thinking that they are from the color sheet itself, the papery material that has the pigment on it. So it might be a reason why these paints won't last very long, especially if you're using these for most of your work, because there is a limited amount of pigment on each sheet, and you can get replacements, but it's just not as practical, and the paper itself will wear down and get into your paint. Also, these stain a lot, so be cautious if you don't like your brush getting stained or something, even though that it's pretty common. But that is all for today. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, and share this video with your friends. Thank you for watching, and come again soon. Bye.